Welcome back, YouTubers at Father and Son's Train Room. I'm Mr. Tommy and this is
Cody.
We're here today. We got the rocks in place. Hope y'all enjoyed the last video. Today we're going to pull out the sponges and we're going to start painting. Not a whole lot to say. I'm still been real busy, but we're trying our best to work on the train table as much as we can. And I'm going to tell you, these rocks took a long time. Now I added a lot more rocks than what the layout calls for, but I just wanted to look more realistic, I guess, and experimenting, and it took me a long time. Not only you have to make the rocks, you gotta let them sit, and they gotta cure, and they gotta dry. And if you notice in the last video, I didn't say nothing about it, but I actually used the glue gun on the small stuff. And then I come back with my spacking. You see me use this in a previous video on the layout on the styrofoam to smooth it out and make it nice and smooth. But I used that in the cracks and crevices where I thought was too wide for the turf to go down. When we get ready to start putting all that down, and it's still curing right now, but we're not going to be painting on that yet. We're going to start on this big rock right here on the front, right here above the city, and small one over here above this one tunnel. But anyway, steps is we're going to paint all the rocks. We're supposed to paint the layout next, and then do the tunnel porch. We'll paint them and then put them in place. Now you remember back here in the back corner where I talked about expanding in the future? We never know if we're ever going to, but we're set up, we're ready. We're going to do another video on that pretty soon, I hope, because we got to put a top on that. We're going to figure out how we're going to do the top. Well, then we'll make it a two-piece or a one-piece. But we're going to pause the video right here and we're going to bring you in. The cameraman's going to help me film everything and be right back. According to instructions, we're going to use the yellow orchard, burnt amber, and black. It says 1 part paint to 16 parts of water. Now on the black, it's still the same, 16 parts of water. So I'll make sure before I said anything. So I ain't got no way of really doing that. I got me a trusty little plastic spoon here. Got my water ready. But I'm just going to do the yellow orchard first. So this is one we're going to use first. Now I went ahead and pre-shook this up because remember, there's no telling when this was put in the box. So you know you got to mix it up, shake it up real good. And just to start off, it's kind of getting late tonight. I'm going to do about a half of this teaspoon. Maybe not even half. Now this stuff's supposed to, because you put so much water, it's going to spread everywhere. And just gonna guess at it myself. You do however you want to. You got a better way. Good job. That stuff, it spreads pretty good. I'll make sure I get it all. I probably can add more water. Get down in the cracks right there. Clean out the inside spoon a little bit. Don't want to waste no paint. That's probably just 2 teaspoons. So that'd be 4 parts if I do a teaspoon at a time. 6, 8, 10, let's do 12. I might have put a little more extra than that. Oh yeah, there. Good color. Now it's supposed to be watery. I watched some videos on this and it's watery because you're not painting, we're dabbing. Now it says use a sponge or use a rag. Well, this is a sponge on a stick. Dollar General, your best friend. Pick up a whole pack of these right here for $1. Actually, I think I got these at the Dollar Tree. That's even better. Everything's $1 in there. Anyway, make sure we can see where we're working here. I'm going to pull the camera up a little bit. We're going to work on that big rock right there in the middle. Zoom in. I might have to refocus. Let's see. Yeah, we need to do a little refocus. I think that'll work. Just don't let it drip all over everything, but all you're doing is dabbing it on. And it says about 1/3 of the rock. So don't try to get it all in all the crevices and cracks. You want to, that's probably more than 1/3. I'm gonna do these I put down here. Alright. Where it runs down the sides, don't worry, because you're going to come back with earth tone. That's going to cover that up. Tell you what, put the camera back. We're going to do this one right here with a real good close up. A little too blurry. Right there. Ease my arm. Look, once I'm just knocking the water out. That's it. That's about 1/3. Actually, it's a little more than 1/3. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring you right back here in a second, and we're going to get to work back there for a little time lapse. Then when we're ready for the next color, we'll come back. So now we got a burnt amber. Done about the same mix as the first one. I done the second little mix I had to do on the orchard, and it was a little bit thicker, but really I can't tell no difference in the color. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna start back there again, and I'm gonna work my way up, and I'm gonna try to get everything in the camera, so hope it ain't too blurry. I think that'll work. Then when I do the big rocks, I'll bring you closer. Be right back. Okay, we're ready. We're back here at the big rock. Got you a little closer to it. Did figure out on the spackle, it's not quite dry yet. That's probably the biggest reason. But where I put the spackle, actually turf's going to go on top of it. So that's not a big deal. So I got a little bit left here. And I'm trying to hit some of the spots I didn't hit, but I'm not worried about hitting all of them because I'm going to come back with the black and fill them in. But actually that running to me makes it look more authentic. So don't worry about that, it's running. I mean, don't pour it on. And then if we have to, we can always come back and do a little more weathering with airbrushing. And if you notice over there at the waterfall, I stuck that sponge way up in there, try to get it back there in the back, because we won't get that filled in back there. Well, onto the black. I'll be right back. Alright, welcome back. Did notice, I think I can do this. Still got a little bit of this burnt amber, whatever, whatever you call it. I'm just going to dab a little bit back in there. Back in that corner. Down in there a little bit. There we go. Because now the black, I got back in the red instructions a little bit more. Now the black goes over everything. So, do a little bit of a test. I'm going to test over here before to me, he's still a little still a little thick, so I'm gonna thin it up a little bit more. Actually, I put a little more black paint in here, and here we go. So it's apply over the entire rock. I don't want it real, the sponge real wet, so I'm trying to wring it out a little bit. Looks like as it's drying, it's turning into like a grayish color. That's nice. So I'm telling you now, it's hard to get down in them cracks and crevices, even with that little pointy thing. Seen some of my fellow YouTubers on here. Some of you subscribe to me, some of you haven't, that's fine. There's a guy on there, he's got the same layout. He's done it for his grandson, so I think he's retired. He's had a lot more time to fool with it than I have, that's for sure. I think the lighter looks better. I'm going to show you the small rock over here, which that don't look bad on the camera, but as you see, it's not focused. Let me pull it back a little bit. It's a little darker. I might airbrush that, or I might go back with that amber and see what it'll do. Let me. And yes, I know I don't have my track covered here, but I have my hand under here and letting it drip on my hand. See if that'll bring some of that back out. This stuff dries pretty quick because that plaster is soaking it up quick. So it dries, that water, it's gone in no time. Yeah. And that's going to be alright, especially since there's a steam engine going underneath it right here at the tunnel. Oop, I bumped the camera. So you got your smoke effect. I'm going to have it coming up like this anyway. So this right here can be, you know, kind of like after effects of a lot of smoke coming by. So I'm going to put it back in time-lapse mode again, and we'll let y'all watch me do the rest. Get the jug out of the way. And here's a little teaser. Since since I had a little of that amber left, I started my tunnel port. But anyway, stop video, we'll come back to time lapse. Okay, as y'all can see, just 3 colors make a rock. Wonderful. Once we get that ground turf in there, then start putting down some ballast, green turf ballast. It's gonna look good. And I love this. Look at that. Just imagine that with some water running down it. Don't look like much now. Like how that right there turned real dark. And yes, I had a few come apart. These actually was plastered on. This was glued on, but I'm gonna go back and put some more glue. Put them back in place. Well, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I really do. And it's funny, I'm sitting here doing this and the water just runs down. That old paint just runs right down there like I want it to. Which gives me an idea where the water's going to flow. So, and when we get ready to put the fake water in here, that's going to be a fun one. We got to tilt this whole layout up in the air, way up in there, and get this level. Yeah, that's going to be a fun one. But that's a long way to go. We got a lot of work to do before we get there. So in the next video, we're going to start working on this. And I'm going to come up with an idea for that back there. We might even throw in some more rocks back in here, in these corners. Then we're going to go ahead and paint some rocks that we might need inside the layout in other places. Then we'll glue them on as we need it. Until then, y'all just keep your model railroading. And for Mr. Tommy here and Mr.
Cody,
we hope y'all enjoyed this video. And please like and subscribe. And until next time, keep model railroading. Bye bye.